Some of the naughtiest trucks on the whole railway live at the works. This is where the engines are mended. So, as you can imagine, there's a whole lot of rubbish to be transported. Every so often, one of the engines has to take the scrap iron to the scrapyard where Edward first met Trevor, before he moved to the big woods orchard. The engines nicknamed the train the Scrap. None of the engines liked their job. The trucks were old, rude, and noisy. They took absolutely no nonsense of anything that was said to them. This is not unusual, but these trucks were worse than most, and they made every engine's journey a misery. One day, Poco found that he was to take the scrap. Right, he said to Doc that happened to be in the shed with him. I'm having no nonsense from those trucks. They'll come quietly, or else. Right, show 'em who's boss. The trucks objected to Boko because it was a diesel. What's this green thing? Caterpillar. Then, they accused Boko of bumping them. It was what they deserved, but Boko had been very careful with the trucks. Finally, they pretended the brakes were still on and screamed horribly when Boko tried to move them. At last, Boko had enough. Right. Any more nonsense and this trip to the scrapyard will be your last. I'll leave you there to be cut up with the other old iron if you don't start behaving. The trucks were silent for the first time that morning, but not for long. One of the oldest trucks began to complain that he felt ill. Boko didn't believe him, but the trucks made such a fuss that he had to do something. Growling furiously, Boko moved round the other truck and coupled up to the old one, who was grumbling terribly. Come on, you, grunted Boko. Move! But before they had moved an inch, there was a splintering noise. Oh! Screeched the old truck. Suddenly, its floor gave way, and the scrap that he was carrying fell down with a loud crash on the rails below. Oh! Groaned the old truck, and collapsed. So Boko did have to leave a truck to be cut up for the next scrap train. The other trucks were very worried, as they didn't want to be turned into scrap. They were very quiet and helpful the rest of the day. And it was the easiest run Boko ever had with the scrap.